truth behind why they stopped contacting you. When someone you care about suddenly stops reaching out, it can feel confusing, frustrating, and even painful. You might find yourself replaying past conversations, searching for clues or wondering what you did wrong. But the truth is, people stop communicating for a variety of reasons. Some that have everything to do with you, and others that are entirely about them. If you're struggling to understand why someone has disappeared from your life, here are some possible reasons, along with advice on how to handle it. 1. They got busy and distracted. Life is hectic, and sometimes people genuinely get overwhelmed with their responsibilities, work, family issues, health concerns, or even personal struggles can take priority over maintaining relationships. If this is the case, their silence may have nothing to do with you at all. Signs this might be the reason. They have a demanding job, school schedule, or family obligations. They used to respond quickly but started taking longer and longer. They haven't been active on social media or in other areas of their life. What you can do if you think they're just busy. You can reach out with a supportive message, letting them know you're thinking of them. If they continue to ignore you, though, it may be a sign that something else is going on. Who they lost interest in you or the relationship, whether it's a friendship, romantic relationship, or even a professional connection. People sometimes lose interest. This can happen gradually, where they start responding less, or suddenly, where they ghost you altogether. Signs: this might be the reason they used to be engaged in conversations, but now seem distant. They stopped initiating contact and only respond when you reach out first. Conversations feel forced or shorter than they used to be. What you can do if someone has lost interest: it's best to accept it rather than chase after them. Relationships should be mutual, and if they no longer value yours, it's better to focus on those who do. 3. They felt drained or unappreciated. Relationships are about balance. If someone feels like they're always giving but not getting anything in return, they may pull away. This could mean they felt unsupported, unappreciated, or that their efforts weren't reciprocated. Signs: this might be the reason they were always the one reaching out first. They helped you a lot emotionally, but you didn't check in on them as much. They made plans, but you often canceled or didn't put in the same effort. What you can do if you suspect this was the case: reflect on your role in the relationship. A simple message like, "Hey, I realized I may not have shown my appreciation for you as much as I should have. I just want to say I'm grateful for you," can go a long way. 4. They found someone else in romantic or social circles. If this was a romantic relationship, the person may have started dating someone else and decided to focus on them instead. Even in friendships, people sometimes get closer to a new group and unintentionally distance themselves from old connections. Signs: this might be the reason they recently started dating someone new. They made new friends or joined a new group and seem to prioritize them. You feel like you're being replaced. What you can do: it's natural to feel hurt. But it's important to remember that relationships evolve. People change, and while it's painful, sometimes the best thing you can do is let go and focus on your own. Friendships are romantic opportunities. If they were hurt or offended by something you did or said. Sometimes people pull away because they feel hurt or disrespected. Instead of addressing it directly, they may choose silence as a way of protecting themselves. Signs: this might be the reason. You had an argument or disagreement before they stopped responding. Their last message seemed colder than usual. They unfollowed or blocked you on social media. What you can do if you think you might have hurt them: consider reaching out with an apology. A message like, "I noticed we haven't talked in a while, and I just want to say I'm sorry if I did anything to upset you. I value our relationship and would love to clear the air," can open the door for a conversation. 6. They have personal issues and need space. Sometimes, people withdraw because they're struggling with mental health, family problems, or other personal challenges. They may not have the emotional energy to maintain relationships during this time. Signs: this might be the reason they've been acting differently with others. 2. Not just you. They mentioned feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or depressed. They stopped engaging in social activities altogether. What you can do if you care about them: send a kind message letting them know you're there for them. Something like, "I just want you to know that I'm thinking of you. No pressure to talk, but I'm here if you need anything." Sometimes people just need time. 7. They don't see the relationship as a priority. Not everyone values relationships the same way. Some people only maintain friendships when it's convenient, while others put in the effort. If they stopped reaching out, they may simply not see the relationship as a priority anymore. Signs: this might be the reason. They only responded when they needed something. They never made an effort to reach out first. They made you feel like an afterthought. What you can do: it's painful. But if someone doesn't prioritize you, don't waste your energy trying to force a connection. Surround yourself with people who genuinely value and appreciate you. 8. They're avoiding conflict or an uncomfortable conversation. Some people dislike confrontation so much that they rather ghost than explain why they're distancing themselves. Instead of having an honest conversation, they just disappear. Signs: this might be the reason you were expecting a tough conversation, but instead they vanished. They have a history of ghosting or avoiding confrontation. They act like nothing happened when you see them in person. What you can do if they're avoiding an uncomfortable conversation: you can try reaching out once. But if they don't respond, take their silence as closure. You deserve relationships with open and honest communication. 9. They're testing you to see if you'll reach out. Some people pull away to see if you'll put in the effort. This can be a way of testing your interest, especially in romantic or new friendships. Signs: this might be the reason. They've done this before. They respond warmly when you do reach out, but they never initiate. They subtly hint that they felt neglected. What you can do if the relationship is important to you: try reaching out. But if this becomes a pattern, it's unhealthy, and you might need to reassess if it's worth the emotional effort. 10. They simply moved on. Sometimes relationships fade for no dramatic reason. People change, grow apart, and move in different directions. It doesn't mean there's bad blood. It just means life happened. What you can do: if you've tried reaching out and they haven't responded, accept that it's time to let go. Cherish the good memories, but don't dwell on someone who has chosen to move on. Final thoughts: losing a connection is never easy, but it's important to focus on those who genuinely appreciate you. If someone stops contacting you, don't chase them. Redirect that energy into people who reciprocate your care. Would you like help crafting a message to reach out? Or do you want advice on moving forward?